Please welcome up Katerina Jeng.
Good morning, everyone. How are you guys doing? Today, I'm going to share a little bit about my story. Growing up in a traditional Asian American household to a strict Taiwanese tiger dad meant that my schedule as a kid was more packed than it is now as a 27-year-old adult. I was subjected to a strict regimen of AP classes, SAT prep, violin lessons, piano lessons, swim practice. The list goes on and on. I was also taught that there was a very specific path to success. Get into an Ivy League university, lock down a prestigious job, and work your way up the corporate ladder until you're rolling in the dough and are very, very happy. To the delight of my parents, I followed this path to a T. I graduated early from Cornell University with a double major and snagged my first job out of school doing marketing at Yahoo. But after about a year in the corporate world, I became disenchanted with the definition of success that my parents had groomed me to believe in since childhood. I wasn't intellectually challenged or creatively fulfilled at my job. I hated the office politics and the focus on superficial things like optics and hours. I was bewildered by the fact that work-life balance didn't seem to be of any importance whatsoever. At that moment, I vowed to make a change. And while I wasn't quite sure what that change would be at the time, I knew in my heart that I was meant to lead a more creative, fulfilled, and joyous life. Fast forward to the birth of my baby. Not an actual baby, but my business baby, Slanted. Incited by the 2016 election and the desire to create a more open and accepting society, I got together with a group of friends and we launched a literary magazine focused on Asian American identity. We held a Kickstarter campaign to fund the printing of issue 1, which was fully funded in less than 32 hours and raised over $17,000 in just 2 weeks. Woo-woo! At the same time, I was working at a job that wasn't a great fit for me culturally. I ended up leaving that job unexpectedly, and I found myself at a crossroads. I thought to myself, do I find another job and work hard towards someone else's dream, or do I venture off into my own and pursue a career and a lifestyle that I've always wanted for myself? When I put it that way, the choice was pretty easy. Today, I'm proud to say that I am my own boss. I'm working hard on turning Slanted into a sustainable, thriving media company, and I also do strategic consulting with my marketing agency, Spectacle. And this turning point in my life wasn't just a career restart, but it also rewired my perspectives on success, work, and life. For one, I discovered that my version of success was not my parents' version of success. I now define success as health, happiness, and quality of life, as having the freedom to decide how I spend my time and energy, as killing it in a meaningful hustle, but still prioritizing travel, family, and creative endeavors. This restart also shifted my perspective on work-life balance. The very phrase work-life balance in itself connotes that work and life are two separate things, when in reality, they should be one. We should all live lives where work and play are so seamlessly intertwined that it always appears we're doing both. So, I challenge you to reflect on the lessons that I've learned from my restart. What does success mean to you? And not just in terms of the type of work you want to do or the impact you want to create, but also what that looks like on a day-to-day basis. Do you value being your own boss and having the flexibility of working from anywhere? Or are you more suited to a stable, more structured environment? Choose a path that works towards your definition of success. Once you define success, determine the actionable steps it'll take for you to get there. And it's okay for this to be a series of small baby steps instead of a giant leap of faith. So grabbing coffee with someone in the field you want to transition into, or sending out an email to friends asking for feedback about an idea is a fantastic place to start. I also want you to think about how to live a life of ease and joy and space even when you're working really, really hard. Identify the things that bring you bliss and incorporate those into your everyday. And this can be as simple as taking a walk each afternoon to feel that Colorado sunshine on your skin, or starting each morning off with a creative free write. Intertwining work and play will ensure that you don't burn out, but still empower you to get shit done. And lastly, remember that while pursuing a creative life isn't always easy, it's almost always worth it. So the next time you're having a bad day or you're rethinking your path, remember that the bad days are what literally make the good days exist. That no matter what you're going through, someone has been there before, and that you're never alone in your endeavors because your community is right here for you. Thank you.